His name was Luke, and they say he wanted to be a hobbit. Nobody knows about where he comes from, and it doesn't seem to matter much. He was a young man, and ghostly stories about the tall hills didn't scare him none. He needed a gun. He wanted a 44 Colt, settled on a 36, but darn if it wasn't a genuine Colt. Bought him a good shovel and got a good bag as a gift, and some other trappings that had to do with being a hobbit, and said goodbye to whatever life was down there below. This here's his story. Hello everyone, and welcome to this year's first episode of the Hobbit House build. So it's season 2 now of the ongoing story of us building this hidden little hamlet of a Hobbit house. It's going to be very interesting, that I can tell you. So before we begin building, I thought I would just give you a short, low production tour of what we think the Hobbit house will look like, because we have the inside already laid out and we have this hole dug. So let's get showing you that, because last time it was full of snow. Let's show you what it'll look like now that all the snow is gone. Things might change, but this is our general outlook. Okay, so as we can see, this is the main hole. And this is the dimensions it's going to be. The outside of it, the roof will only be about 7 feet off the ground. And we'll try to make it like that, like what you would see on a Hobbit house. But going back up to the top of the hill, it's going to try to remain somewhat even with the hill grade. So it's going to be like a hill, and there will be some dirt on top of it, and it will be in the ground and very hobbity. If we step forward, we get to this trench. If we jump in the trench, this is how deep it's going to be. We think that the door is going to be right here. Enter right here, and all the way back to the back there. It's going to be this deep underground. So when we build our windows, we're going to have to make them this far above the ground, and when you look in, we'll be going like this. Look like hobbits. So we walk back, all the way back. And as we walk through, you can see this is where the door will be. You open the door, you step through, and then you'll be in the house. And this big stump won't be here. And walking past the stump, this area right here, can you hear me? This will be the kitchen area. Of course, I'll be several feet down. And this will be the kitchen. The kitchen will run along this wall. Over there by the corner, past that stump, will be the dining area with the little table. And it would be nice to have a window, but I'm not sure how yet. Windows in front and back are one thing, but windows on the side are another. Stove will probably be around here somewhere. Walking over here. Over here, we're not sure yet. Could be, this is going to be the back wall, and who knows, this could be a little room for doing stuff, making potions, reading, writing. on the left-hand corner of the Hobbit House, where maybe this is where the bathroom will go, I'm thinking. Little alcove. The bathroom isn't too important in the Hobbit House, just big enough to have a bath, shower, sink, toilet, the average. And now let's walk a bit forward and turn your attention over here, and this is when it gets interesting. Where you're standing is, well, you're in the living room right now. See? Living room. And this is going to be the outside wall, and there's a couch or chairs will probably be here, and I think somewhere around there, that's where the wood stove is going to be. I'd like a fireplace, but don't really. I mean, wood stoves are more efficient. Over there on this corner, this is there's I think there will be a corner window. We'll try to put a corner window looking out there. It'll be cleaned up, of course, by then. A lot of fallen trees. And right there, that's going up, is where the stairs are going to be. We put the stairs right there, going up, and probably where my finger is in relation to the hill, there will be a loft starting right there. And it's going to be the second story almost, and it'll be, in relation to the hill, probably end about right there, and that's where the bedrooms will be, and maybe a back door. I'm not sure how tall. The roof will probably only go to there, as you can see by my hand, the very top of the roof, and so in order to keep it low profile, the door might only be that big, which is only about half the size of a human, so it'll be just a crawl space, perfect for a hobbit. So you look at it from the top of the hill, it'll look like a hobbit house dug into a hole. Look at it from the bottom here, it'll look like a 7-foot tall hobbit house with little windows down at the ground. It's going to look very interesting. And the only way to figure out what it's going to look like is to stay tuned, because there's going to be lots of things going on. For those who haven't seen any of my previous videos, I'm sure there is some. What am I going to use to build the walls? Earth bags. Right over there. Here are the earth bags. You'll have seen them before. Well, I think you'll have seen them in the beginning of this video, because I put part of the trailer as the beginning of this video because it's a trailer and shows what might happen in the future, and so that's an example that you'll want to stay tuned, because things might get interesting if the trailer is anything to go off of. But anyway, the sandbags, the earth bags, that's going to be the main, building material for all the walls. It's not going to be the roof. The roof, I think, is going to be made out of wood. But we're going to take these bags and fill them. All of that. Some of you will already know because you've heard my other videos, but fill them all with sand, stack them, and get them all ready to be used in building them up. And it's going to be like doing blocks. We're going to get to that. We've never done it before, but how hard can it be? So that's the first thing we have to... Bag's fine. So that's the first thing we have to get done, is filling all of these bags, and right here there's, I can't remember, there's a lot, and that's not even going to be enough to do it. We're going to have to get several more of these. I think before I said more than it actually was, but it's going to take a lot, and we're going to have to get started on that. So these first few, I'm not going to be showing everything to do with the building because it's a lot of just tedious filling the bags. With most building structures, you get the material, you start building. With this kind of building, you have to make the materials first. So I'll be showing a little bit of that, but not all of it, because that might get a little boring. But yeah, lots of things. There's going to be a lot of hand-doing stuff once we get down to the actual building. Things like building our own doors, because we're going to have to build our own doors, building our own windows. It's just this beginning part that might seem a little average and slow-paced because we have to fill it all, and we still have to get all that dug down to 3 feet down below, so we're going to be doing that too, and we'll be showing a little bit of that, but yeah. But I did call this a Hobbit House build video, so without further ado, let's get building. And maybe next I'll show, maybe in my next video I'll show up there, like position the camera up somewhere and have it shooting, and then just have us working on the bags, showing what we did. Oh no! So let's get to it. Let's get building! Can we build it? Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? Luke, Mum, and his watchers made his way into the forest, betting on forgetting all the troubles that they